Hi and welcome. I am Katarina and this is my channel, your place for card making, creative inspiration and a little extra sparkle in every project. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Let's jump into today's project. So I'm back with another tutorial using the Lazy Daisy die set. I've already shared several videos using all the different elements from the die set. Today I'm going to use the solid die cuts, which I have cut out from a white card, and I'm going to ink them up using my Cloud 9 ink pads. The Juicy Pineapple from the Matte Blending Inks is what I'm using first to add to those larger layers. And then to the tips of each of those petals, I'm going to add Golden Sun Shimmer Interference ink. You'll see later in this video how really gorgeous these interference inks are. I honestly am obsessed. It doesn't show much just at the end of the petals in here, not on video. In real life it was much more prominent, but you will see just in a little bit how truly gorgeous this is. That's what I'm using for that tiniest bit in there, which will be the stamen for my daisy, and I'll be able to show you a little bit from that gorgeous color change that's going on there as the light hits it, but I will have a larger area to show you just in a little minute. So I am bending each petal downwards just to give them a little bit of a dimension. I like my cards dimensional with 3D flowers, but if you are looking to post these, you can just leave them nice and flat and they would slip into an envelope. I am using 3 layers of these larger petals. I think 2 of them are the same size and then one that is just slightly smaller, and I'm going to layer them up, offsetting each layer so the flowers are nice and full. And then I'm going to finish them off by adding the little stamen in the middle as well. And in here I'm just using my liquid glue, but if you prefer to use hot glue, you can do that. I use that a lot on my flowers, but today I just opted for liquid glue, nice and simple. And then I have already prepared 2 more of these flowers off camera, exactly the same way and the same sizes. And for my foliage, I took the leafy die out of a recent die set that came with the Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine. And I used a garden sage and then a summer garden shimmer from the interference inks, and that's what I added color to my white die cuts with. I have a 5x7 inch card base prepared already, and then this panel that measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 inches, and I'm using antique pink ink to stamp the scripty stamp from the Museum Maker Release 2 stamp set, and this one is the blotted script, and I'm just going all around the edges. I don't need to stamp in the middle because I will have that hexagon shaped topper in there. Those I've cut out with the tall hexagons die set. I will have 3 in total, you'll see in a minute. I will have everything that I'm using here linked in the description box below. If you would like to check them out on Lisa Horton's website, you will be able to just click on those links. I also am muting down just towards the very edge of this card panel, just adding a little bit of an ink blending with the same color. So this is the die set that I used with the largest one you've already seen in there, and the next one down, and then one size smaller again. And I've cut those all out from white card, but the middle size, I'm going to use the same interference thing that we've used earlier on the flowers, and just going around the edges. Again, don't need the middle because it will be covered up with the smallest of the hexagons. And now when I lift it up to the camera, you will really be able to see all that gorgeous color changes going on with these inks. It is so beautiful, so shiny. I'm in love with this. So now to start layering my card, I'm going to add the panel that I stamped the scripty writing on onto my card front, straight flat on. And then I'm going to glue the largest hexagon again just flat onto the card front. Then for this next one that we had inked up, I'm going to use foam pads. Raise it up a bit. Obviously this is optional. If you like your card just nice and flat for an envelope, you can do that. I do like dimension on my cards, so I decided to add some foam pads and again some liquid glue just to make sure that I can wriggle it into place and it will just dry sturdier for me. This panel again, I'm popping up on foam pads. I didn't think I was going to, but I decided kind of last minute. and then it is time to just decorating. For my sentiment, I used the sentiment that I had prepared for a previous card, but I ended up not using it on that one. So from the little hello sentiment stamp and die set, I've die cut the word hello 3 times from white card, and one of them I inked up with rhubarb jam, and one of the pinks, I think it was a shocking pink maybe, I can't remember. But I layered then those writings up, and then I added them on top of a background die cut. And I also added glossy accents on top of that. So if you know the rhubarb jam color, it is beautiful, but it's much darker than what you can see on the hello in there, on the bottom part of the hello. Because of that glossy accents, it changed the color slightly, and now it matches this card perfectly. So it was really a crafty win for me. And then I'm just using my hot glue gun just to glue everything in place, starting with the flowers. And then I'm going to tuck in some of those foliage. End up not using all of those. I had way too many cut. But what I'm doing is I'm nipping them down just a little bit shorter because they were quite long. And then I just keep going until I fill out all the areas. And then I decided to use a little rhinestone in the middle of each flower, and I picked clear ones out from my stash. But because the liquid glue reacts with the interference ink underneath, the rhinestones will kind of draw up that color of the ink underneath. So it's just so perfect. You will see that hint of sparkle in there, but we won't really see the clear rhinestone because it had changed color. So it's really, really cool. And then I just ended up adding some white pearls in 2 corners of the card, and this finishes it off. I am very pleased with how this one turned out. If you have not yet seen the other 3 cards I think I made using the Lazy Daisy dice, make sure you check them out. I will leave a link to the playlist in the description box below. I am pleased with how this one turned out, but I would love to read your thoughts on this. What do you think of this card, guys? And do let me know what is your favorite colors to work with. I really am loving the bright contrasting colors in here, but I would really love to hear your thoughts and just to get some inspiration too for my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very soon. Until then, bye! Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next video, and in the meantime feel free to click on these rectangles for more creative inspiration. Until the next time, see you soon. Bye!